Advanced ISO 27001-2022 Controls Explained. Presented by URGS International Certification and Inspection Private Limited. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. This educational session is presented by URGS International Certification and Inspection Private Limited, a professional organization providing certification, inspection, training and auditing services. If your organization is planning to implement ISO standards such as ISO 27001, ISO 9001, ISO 14001 or other management systems, you can contact us for guidance and certification services. Our email ID is info@urgsiso.com. Mobile number is +91 7359458455. In today's session, we will discuss the advanced understanding of ISO 27001-2022 controls, their structure, purpose, implementation strategies, and practical examples. This session will be helpful for information security professionals, ISO consultants and auditors, IT managers, students learning cybersecurity compliance, organizations planning ISO 27001 certification. Let us begin with the fundamentals. First, understanding ISO 27001 and information security. Information has become one of the most valuable assets for any organization. Businesses today store large amounts of sensitive information, including customer data, financial records, intellectual property, strategic business plans, employee information. If this information is lost, stolen, or misused, the consequences can include financial loss, legal penalties, loss of customer trust, damage to brand reputation. The ISO 27001 standard provides a systematic framework for protecting this information through an Information Security Management System or ISMS. And ISMS is not just about technology, it integrates three major elements. First, people, processes, technology. By combining these elements, organizations can effectively manage information security risks. Then next is what changed in ISO 27001-2022. The ISO 27000-2022 revision introduced several important updates compared to the earlier 2013 version. One of the most important changes is the restructuring of Annex A controls. The previous version contained 114 controls organized into 14 domains. The updated version now contains 93 controls grouped into 4 major themes. These themes are: first, organizational controls, 37 controls; second, people controls, 8 controls; third, physical controls, 14 controls; fourth, technological controls, 34 controls. Another key change is the introduction of modern cybersecurity concepts, including threat intelligence, data masking, data leakage prevention, secure coding practices, cloud security considerations. These updates ensure the standard remains aligned with modern cybersecurity risks. Third is risk-based approach in ISO 27001. One of the most important principles of ISO 27001 is the risk-based approach. Organizations are not required to implement all controls blindly. Instead, they must first perform a risk assessment. The risk assessment process includes first identifying information assets, second identifying threats and vulnerabilities, third analyzing potential impacts, fourth determining risk levels, fifth selecting appropriate controls. For example, if an organization stores sensitive customer data online, the risk of cyber attacks may be high. In such cases, stronger technological controls such as encryption and access management must be implemented. The selected controls are documented in a document called the Statement of Applicability, often referred to as the SOA. The SOA explains which controls are implemented, which controls are not applicable, the justification for each decision. This document is extremely important during ISO 27001 certification audits. Then next is organizational controls, 37 controls. Organization controls focus on governance, policies, and management responsibilities. These controls help ensure that information security is integrated into the organization's management structure. Important examples include information security policies. Organizations must develop documented policies describing their commitment to information security. These policies must be approved by top management and communicated across the organization. Information security rules. Responsibilities for information security must be clearly defined. For example, Information Security Officer, IT Security Manager, Data Protection Officer. Clear roles ensure accountability. Asset management. Organizations must identify and maintain an inventory of information assets such as servers, databases, software applications, physical documents. Each asset must have an assigned owner responsible for protecting it. Supplier relationships. Many organizations rely on external vendors. These suppliers may have access to sensitive information. Therefore, contracts must include security requirements and confidentiality agreements. Incident management. Security incidents must be reported, investigated, and resolved quickly. Organizations must develop an incident response plan, including incident reporting procedures, incident response teams, communication protocols. Effective incident management minimizes damage and recovery team. Then next is pupil controls. 8 controls. Human behavior is one of the most common causes of security breaches. Therefore, ISO 27001 includes specific controls focused on employees and human resources. Important pupil controls include employee screening. Organizations should verify employee backgrounds before hiring depending on legal requirements. This reduces the risk of insider threats. Security awareness training. Employees must be trained to recognize cyber security threats such as phishing emails, social engineering, malicious attachments. Regular awareness programs significantly reduce human errors. Acceptable use policy. Employees must understand how they are allowed to use company systems, networks, and devices. For example, avoid installing unauthorized software, avoid sharing passwords, avoid using company systems for illegal activities. Termination procedures. When employees leave the organization, their system access must be revoked immediately. Failure to remove access can create serious security risks. People controls ensure that employees support information security rather than unintentionally weakening it. Physical controls, 14 controls. Physical controls protect the organization's facilities and equipment. Even the strongest cyber security systems can fail if physical security is weak. Examples include secure facilities. Data centers and server rooms must be protected with restricted access. Only authorized personnel should be allowed entry. Physical entry monitoring. Organizations may implement access card systems, biometric scanners, CCTV monitoring. These measures help prevent unauthorized entry. Equipment protection. Computers, servers, and network devices must be protected against theft or damage. Portable devices such as laptops should also be secured. Clear desk policy. Sensitive documents must not be left unattended. At the end of the day, employees should store documents securely. Environmental protection. IT equipment must be protected against environmental threats such as fire, flooding, power outages. Backup power system and fire suppression systems are commonly used. Then technological controls, 34 controls. Technological controls focus on protecting IT systems and digital information. These controls address cyber security threats. Important technological controls include identity and access management. Access to systems must be controlled based on job roles. This is known as role-based access control or RBAC. Multi-factor authentication. Users may be required to verify their identity using more than one method such as password, mobile authentication code, Biometric verification. Encryption. Sensitive data should be encrypted both during transmission, during storage. Encryption prevents attackers from reading stored data. Malware protection. Antivirus software and endpoint protection tools help prevent malware infections. Logging and monitoring. Security logs should be monitored regularly to detect suspicious activities. Examples include multiple failed login attempts, unusual network traffic, unauthorized system access. Data leakage prevention. Modern security systems help prevent confidential data from being accidentally or intentionally leaked. Technological controls form the technical backbone of information security. Then implementation strategy for organizations. Implementing ISO 27001 successfully requires a structured approach. Organizations typically follow these steps. First, conduct gap analysis. Second, define ISMS scope. Third, identify information assets. Fourth, performance risk assessment. Fifth, select appropriate controls. Sixth, develop policies and procedures. Seventh, train employees. Eighth, perform internal audits. Ninth, conduct management review. 10th is undergo certification audit. The certification audit is usually conducted in two stages. Stage 1, documentation review. Stage 2, implementation verification. If the organization meets all requirements, certification is granted. Benefits of ISO 27001 certification. Organizations implementing ISO 27001 experience multiple benefits. These include improved information security, better risk management, increased customer trust, stronger legal compliance, competitive advantage in the market. Many international clients now require suppliers to have ISO 27001 certification before doing business. Now, how URGS International supports ISO certification. URGS International provides professional support for organizations seeking ISO certification. Our services include ISO consulting, gap analysis, documentation support, internal audits, certification services, training programs. Our experienced auditors and consultants help organizations implement ISO standards effectively and achieve certification smoothly. If your organization needs support for ISO 27001 or other management systems, feel free to contact us. Our email ID is info@urgsiso.com. Mobile number is +91 7359458455. At last, final thoughts. See, information security is no longer optional. In today's digital world, organizations must actively protect their data, systems, and customers. The ISO 27001 2022 framework provides a globally recognized approach for managing information security risks. By implementing the 93 controls across organizational, people, physical, and technological categories, organizations can build a strong and resilient security posture. Thank you for watching this session. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content related to ISO standards, compliance, and auditing. Once again, this session was presented by URGS International. Our email ID is info@urgsiso.com. Mobile number is +91 7359458455. We look forward to helping your organization achieve certification success. Thank you and see you in the next video.